Hello, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIII. We're continuing the story of Caius. You've reached us at this point in the story where we're just going up towards the final meeting at the top of the Hall of Avarice. These complex tunnels go on and on. There's all sorts of issues where you have to meet this girl here.
You are God's savior. You lead souls to the new world.
And you're the Cirrus, Padra Suyul.
The encounter is ordained. You have been led to the fountainhead, whence the chaos flows. Here you will meet the servant of fate, adorned with feathers of white, the angel of Valhalla.
It was your voice. You were the one that I heard in the Wildlands.
Through the chaos, my message was born. I spoke so that you might know the future. And so that you would learn of my wish and make it true. Only the Savior can. It must be you.
Me? What do you want me to do?
Save the soul that cannot rest. Please, save Caius. He has lost his undying heart. He no longer wants to live. He yearns to die. But he cannot. The chaos binds him and forces life upon him.
So, the man who wanted to stop time has managed to stop his own. And now, he's trapped.
As the Savior, you have to help him. Bring him salvation and release his soul.
You'll tell us the story, step by step.
He suffers because of us. Savior, can you save him?
You're not the same Yule.
The Cirrus would die before she was grown and be reborn again and again. There's a Yule for every life. The same Yule, but all different.
Right. And that's why they contradict each other. Some Yules don't want him to die, so they force him to keep on living. Others want to help him die, so that his soul can be saved. They push and pull. It's a mass of contradictions. I don't want to be involved.
You already are. You've been sucked right into the middle.
What do I do?
Why don't you ask her?
The truth lies ahead.
Yo says the truth lies ahead, so we proceed onwards.
It is time. There is something we have to tell you. You need to know who we are, what we are.
Flashback to old school Final Fantasy.
This is chaos from the unseen realm.
Right, what's going on? My readings are off the charts. Can you hear me?
It was us. We destroyed the world.
You're the source of the original chaos. The chaos that burst from the unseen realm. You lived countless different lives. Born over and over, each time with a new soul.
To live and see Caius again. With each death, our prayers grew more desperate. Layer upon layer until the weight made them collapse into a single dark mass. Once the unseen chaos was created, it could not be stopped. It reached out and dragged you into the other realm. It broke the dam that the goddess had built. It shattered the boundaries between worlds.
So, this all began because you couldn't let go of Caius? The chaos and all its power grew out of your need.
Need? Yes. I needed him more than anything. He was everything to me. The fear of being alone consumed me. Became monstrous. It is the unseen chaos, the strands of our minds woven together. We are one and the same. We are the ones who yearn to be with him. We are the ones who give him life when he cries for death. But we are also the ones who pray that he finds peace at last. We are a contradiction that cannot be resolved. And the chaos is our love for him.
The whole Yo thing is what dragged lightning
listen
down
carefully.
into the chaos
I know
itself,
whose
right
power it was that
at
destroyed
the
the
very first
world.
Final Fantasy
The souls
13.
of all the Yules. They've grown together
This
like
ties
a
up the
cancer.
storyline.
They are the unseen
Lightning
chaos.
then has to proceed onwards,
souls of you.
encountering
Yes.
Those
Those poor
damn it.
girls were destined to die before they could grow
Encountering the
old.
final
Do
turtle
not
itself.
give up. You still have a future.
Their feelings and thoughts became
How
part of
it
the
works
chaos,
is
made
that
it
Caius
powerful, gave it
and
purpose. They're bending
Yo
it
were
to their
tied up
will.
to this unseen
And if
chaos.
it's
The
released,
unseen chaos
it'll
right at
destroy
the beginning of the
everything we're
story,
trying to
and the
do.
chaos is spread all
Billy,
throughout the
obviously
land.
can't let the Yules
However,
go on unchecked.
that's not
I can't
fully
see
the
what you
full
see,
story.
but if Yule's there, can
This
you
the
try calling
story
out to her?
ties
I
around
do not
Noel
wish
as
to.
well.
I don't know how
And
much
that's
love
why we're
I
doing
have,
chaos,
even
and
she doesn't seem to
chaos.
have full control.
Caius first,
If we want
and then
to
we'll
keep
go
this
and show
chaos in
you Noel's
check,
story,
the
because
only
Noel's
way
story is
might be to
linked
do
to
what
this
she
one.
wants.
You could know
You
fancy
want
Yule,
more than
and
anything
Caius
for
also
Caius to be
had a thing
saved.
for Yule, so it's all kind of worked together, that story. So we'll link that one with this one next, before we go to Yusanan to look at Snow's story itself. But that nicely it ties the two together. Now this final climb will take you to right at the top of the top of the tower, and take you into the final showdown with Caius itself. This fight can be a bit long. We'll show you the lead up right here before talking more.
In this dying world, nothing is more precious than time. Why do you waste it on me? Does my victory still sting? Do you seek vindication?
I'm not here to fight you. That won't wipe out the past.
So you're here as the savior, to offer me salvation.
It's for Yule's sake. She asked me.
I refuse.
I'm not asking for permission. The chaos here needs to be brought under control. I'm gonna do what Yule asks.
You think you know what she wants. Even if one you will praise for my salvation, another demands the opposite. Very well. Do your best, Hunter of Souls. Cleave the evil from me and save me, if you can. If you wish to have my soul. You must take it by force.
Destiny. No more
Takes into the
fate.
fight. This is a rematch from the fight we had at the end of Final Fantasy 13 Part 2. It's very confusing. Caius was a big boss. Now, as you can see there, you've got to watch out for these rotational changes. I've got a couple of schematica that I've set up precisely to combat Caius' Ballad. Couple of wee quick changes, get him debuffed down. He's got a couple of modes. He's got a Ravager mode. When he kicks in the Ravager mode, he will fire you with some rather devastating magical attacks. When he's in Commando mode, it's not too much an issue. As you can see here, he's just walking backwards and forwards, and you just got to belt at him continuously with lightning attacks. Absolution will fire a blast wave, guard against that one. Guard against as much as you can. Giga Graviton is another devastating attack. You need to watch out for these pretty nasty attacks itself. At that point, he's kicked into his Ravager mode using Eye of Bahamut as well. This Ravager mode puts in. He's got massive additions to his skill, and it's totally debuffed my character here. Gaius is our rubber. How do I put this? Tricky boss. He was tricky in the last one, and he's tricky again. He's not one of the easier bosses. I tell you that. We see the difference in him and Noel. Noel's a dodo on the walk in the park compared to what Gaius is. Gaius is a bit awkward. Some of his skills are rather annoying, and the fact he's got this debuff going on. Now when you get him staggered, you just get in there quickly and bury him. So you get a stagger in place. It's always important to get in these bosses to get them staggered. If you can get a stagger on the boss itself, you can hit them for some good bit of damage. It's all melee damage at that point. I'll use a potion here just to keep myself going. Another massive attack there from Caius. He's done it halfway. When you get about halfway-ish, he will be kicking up the high powers. There's chill. So these are the highest level of ice powers you can get. As he switch back to commander mode, it's probably the best if he stays in commander mode. He will use Mega Flare. But really, commander mode, not much an issue compared to any of the other modes. You see I'm having a bit of difficulty here. Getting my ass handed to me by Caius. I've still got all the overclocks. If you get stuck, they can always just go to overclock mode. Overclock mode will allow you to just pummel them continuously. And if you've got overclocks to spare, you can just virtually tank the guy to death. I've had him at halfway for quite some time and not had a chance to really do any damage on him. His buffs are pretty devastating there. If you can wait for them to run out or get a debuff in, you've actually got a raid damage count here as he starts continuously pummeling all at you. If you wait patiently enough, you will begin a chance where he cools down, and these powers cool down. You'll get a chance to attack him. You just got to ride the currents. In the meantime, then go back to your Thunder again, and you can see here Thunder, Thundaga, the high Thunder spells and put it into effect. Switch back to Ravager mode. This is where he does his best damage. It's hard to find a gap where you can start doing damage again to guys. You just got to give it a bit of time. Roll with the punches. He's actually vulnerable to anything really. He's got, I'm using lightning because it's one of my highest effects. There I've got a debuff in. It took me a while to get a debuff to hit. Again, he's hitting the high spells. There's Tornado, the highest air spell you can get. I've got Caius down just more halfway. I did get a couple of attacks in, but I'm trying to get attacks in between. You switch back to guard instantly or you get chucked up in the air. These Aga spells, Iruga, Aga, etc. will chuck you up the air if you do not block. And the same will happen for you if you cast a bet spell against them, and you'll be able to chuck them up in the air as well. So it works vice versa. But the only way you'll be able to do that is if you can get a stagger in place. Then he's weakened enough to use the high-end spells to chuck the guy up in the air. You can do some really damage while juggling them in the air. Let's cycle through a few powers there. Got a couple more hits in. Caius is virtually dying. I've got Caius in the bag at the moment. He's got him down low health. I just got to ride the waves here and keep pummeling Thundaga at him. He's given me everything he's got with Pulsar Blast, but he's gone down to the slow section where he starts pacing, and that's the best time to pummel him, and that's what I've just done. The Eagle Eyes people will see it's on easy mode. We'll get more into that later, because most of the game I did on hard mode, but there's a reason why the bosses and some of the other content that I did ended up being in easy mode, because I had to start the game again. But I'll give you the rundown on that a bit later on. Right now we're focusing just on the actual story itself.
You are the hunter of souls. but you cannot claim mine. Behold. Even if one Yule desires my salvation, another demands my rebirth. With each death and life, Yule's soul was splintered anew, the divided fragments melting into the ocean of chaos. She is one and many, a contradiction. When Yule pleads for my salvation, she speaks the truth. But at the same time, Yule cannot let me go. She must keep me here.
So Yule is never gonna let you go?
She is but a child. And a child needs to be looked after, especially when she is doomed to stay alone in the chaos. Yule is the unseen chaos, and the chaos will consume any world that it touches.
She was always cursed, from the very beginning.
Her power is too great, even if she wishes no harm. The very existence of the chaos must distort and warp reality. So tell me, Savior, in the world that God is building, can you welcome her with open arms? No, you cannot. It is a new future, and there is no place for her in it. We must stay here. The chaos is where we belong.
That's your plan? You'll stay here with Yule and be destroyed along with the world.
I am an empty shell. My soul is rotted away. I shall cast this body into the chaos. I shall be the shepherd of all the souls. Destined to wander the darkness, never to be reborn in the new world.
Is this how you hope to atone for what you did? Do you think you can wash away the sin of destroying a world? Yule. You want to be with Caius.
I want to stay.
If you don't want salvation, I can do nothing.
Now leave us, Savior. Do not confuse Yule anymore.
So more or less, Caius and Yule are just going to sit there. Pointless.
Got something to say? I made a promise. I told him that we'd meet again. There's a Yule who loved someone else too. I wonder what she wants.
Yeah, exactly.
But you see now, right? Why time was distorted, why the world fell apart, why you got dragged into Valhalla? It was all because of the power of the unseen chaos. And the chaos came from that girl, reborn and splintered, generation after generation. From Yule. It's under control for now, but the chaos could burst out again anytime. So you won't save everyone after all. Do you think you can live with that?
I can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved.
Exactly. That completes that side of the quest nevertheless, even though that's left at a loose end. That'll get tied up before the end of the game, just as a heads up. But we'll tie in no story along with that in the next video. But for now, we're just going to show you the ending sequence of this level itself. Because I'll bring something else to tell you.
Can you hear my voice?
Yule. It was you I heard. You spoke to me when I arrived in the Wildlands.
I could see everything. I could see what you had to do here. So I called out from within the chaos. To all the people, past and future, I spoke to every person who would listen to me.
Right. The doctor and everyone else here. Bit by bit, you managed to tell the story. And that story turned into a legend about the Angel of Valhalla, shared by everyone here. Then I owe you my thanks. I don't think we'd have found each other if it wasn't for you, telling that story.
I only pointed the way to your destiny. You and he have always been bound by the strands of fate, since long before you came to the Wildlands. See? He was always yours. Your steed, your knight, your champion.
It was you all
Odin.
along. A hell of a disguise. You had me fooled. Odin, my faithful friend. It's good to see you again.
So Odin was really the Angel of Valhalla, the chocobo you've been riding. And that little mystery ties up the end of the Wildlands. So join us next time for more Final Fantasy XIII. Obtaining Chaos' Revenge. One of the best weapons at this current stage of development. I'll catch you next time.